Texans fans, what's up, baby? How we doing? How we doing, family? Guess what? It's your boy Blastoff. We back again, man. Real Texans talk. Kind of missed the last week. Was busy working, man, and I just didn't have time to get to it. But I was here in spirit. But I went to that Detroit Lions game and had a had a hell of a time. Um, And of course, that was a heartbreak, man, for us all. Was walking around the damn stadium in people's faces. I got some pie in my damn face, man. After that game, we were up 23 to 7, I believe, at halftime, and or 20 to 7, or what 23 to 7 or whatever, and was in some people's faces, man, at halftime. Telling them, "Hey, we'll see you later." We'll catch you later, and end up biting the bullet. They, spoke too soon. Didn't The unthinkable happened. At home, being 4-0 at home at that time this season. I think we were 10-3 total. Coming into the season, at home with our home record, and drop that ball was crazy. But you know, hey, man, that's why Detroit is who they are. But I will say that the Texans, I believe, showed something, because that fight that they put up, they were dominating that game, and that fight they put up, and 5 interceptions on Jared Goff, and you know, uh, was knocking them around. Um, it was a good game, and then we move on. To and I left out of there pissed at Bobby and pissed at CJ a little bit at that too, because it was some shots that he had open that he missed. Um, but moving on to that Dallas game last week, everybody, we got the bragging rights again to the state of Texas. Uh, got the bragging rights. We have the bragging rights, and you know those guys are in a bad situation right now with Dak Prescott being out for the whole remainder of the season, tore his hamstring off the bone. So, hey guys, we're doing what we got to do with teams like that. A couple of times we shouldn't have had those kind of struggles with teams like that. The Jets being one of them, and but hey, it is what it is, man. We were able to bounce back against Dallas. The O line seems to have held up. I think CJ was only hit once that game last week, with Jared Patterson stepping in for Kenyon Green. Um, and get well soon, Kenyon. But I don't know if that guy has a position on this team as a starter any longer, unless he just. I don't know what they're thinking about him. He's a great run blocker and whatnot, but again, I don't know. What he has as far as you know being a starter on this team again, based off of what we've seen from him so far. Uh, you know, the thing is Jared Patterson has stepped in, man, and done his thing already. Seems to have a better command of uh, you know the whole offensive line, and so man, what we're gonna do here today is we're gonna go and jump in, and I want to first give a shout out to uh, you know the team for making those corrections last week. But again, man, a shout out for bringing those bragging rights back to us here in H Town, because we need that. We don't ever want to hear Dallas's mouth. Those fans are they run deep in Houston too. There's a lot of Dallas fans out here. But we brought the house out there to D Town this past Sunday night. We brought the house out there, man, and it was a sight to behold to see all of the Texas fans in the stands, rocking that stadium. rocking it so much that seems like they say some kind of sheet metal or whatever fell out the sky and damn near hit a couple of people. Man, some people almost got a lawsuit had that shit hit somebody. So, Jerry, man, the team falling apart right now, and it seemed like the the stadium falling apart. And CD Lamb was held in check. Stingley, trailed them all the way until I think one play they may have put the cornerback we have, Holloman or Holman or whatever. I forget the young man's name, but he couldn't keep up with. Once they seen that exposure, that one play, CD had a big play, but Stingley pretty much followed him around and put the clamps on him that game. Um, you know, uh, they were tearing Cooper Rush up. Especially in the second half, he was starting to get banged up, man, and the defense just did that thing, man. His defense is elite. The offense didn't play quite as clean this game as we would liked. Joe Mixon was the offense. Thank God for Joe Mixon. He's a godsend, and he's having his best season as of right now. Joe Mixon is having his best season, period. Averaging, you know, 95 yards a game. And so far, he has 764 yards on the season. Um, and last season he had he rushed for 1,000 yards. Well, what was it? 1,034 yards on the season total, and had a total of 9 touchdowns. And Joe already at 10, with what is that? 5 games left, 10 TDs. So it's looking good, man. And we're getting all the hands back on deck. Seemed like we were shorthanded in that Detroit game, if you think about it. We were shorthanded. Nico was out with an injury, and that guy could have pushed us over I believe he would have pushed us over the hill. And I think he was ready. He was actually ready that game, but it was Miko's call to say, "Hey, look, let's just go ahead, and it's an out of conference game. It's not going to matter that much outside of the record wise, but let's put our best foot on tape." And they did put their best foot on tape and left a stain in Jared Goff's mouth, because Jared was having a wonderful season with being very efficient without turning the ball over. And we seen what Detroit Lions are about, because they went and smashed Tennessee 52-14. The following week. So that let us know and let the world know that, hey, this defense is legit, because hey, the Lions had been running over everybody, and I still believe that that's going to be a Super Bowl that the world would want to see, America would want to see, fans of football all across, the world would want to see the Detroit-Houston Super Bowl and give us a second chance in Rocky Balboa fashion against the Ivan Drago. Come back, hey, he looked like he was that first little rumble. You got it. But we showed you something, and so we'll see how that plays out. But looking at this Titans game, we play the Titans today. I'm saying today because it's after midnight. I had to get this show in, man, because this is a passion of mine. I got to keep this pumping out, man. For those that just want to, chat and chop it up with your boy Darryl Blastoff, man. I'm gonna spit what I know, and we love, and I love and appreciate the comments that you guys are putting out. Every time you interact, every time you like, every time you subscribe, the comments, I reply back to everyone. But as far as the Titans, man, we're going in there, and these guys are currently 2-8 on the season. The Titans are currently 2-8 on the season, and they look, they're not a good team. We should go in there and take care of business against the Tennessee Titans. It shouldn't be any trap game where they come in here and they're, desperate to win and they're going to come. Nah, man. These guys are averaging 17 points a game. They're averaging 17 points a game. These guys, they only won 2 games, and all the other have been losses. Minnesota, they lost 23-13. The Chargers, and I give them something before I go into that. The Titans have played a tough schedule. It turns out the Los Angeles Chargers under Jim Harbaugh. Man, anybody that knows Jim Harbaugh knows that this was gonna come. I said this early on. I posted this and tweeted this and whatever. You can even go back on one of the earlier shows. I think the first or second episode of the RYL Texans Talk. I said Jim Harbaugh is gonna have that team humming, man. And their defense is nasty. And he has Justin Herbert looking, like he's supposed to look with the efficiency. And that team is you don't want to see them in the playoffs. And I'm thinking it could come a chance where we have to bump heads with the Chargers in the playoffs, man. And Jim, we all know how Jim is, man. Jim is going to have his team prepared. Any team that Jim coaches, they come prepared. Jim Harbaugh has his team coached. So saying that, I'm saying that to say that the Titans haven't had an easy schedule, but they weren't prepared. They don't have the Ladarius Sneed is, everybody that's been paying attention remember Ladarius Sneed saying that CJ Stroud wasn't Pat Mahomes and that we were going to have to see him and he was going to feel he ain't scared of CJ and whatnot. Man, Ladarius Sneed been out for 6 games now due to a quad. He missed 6 games already, and it looks like they putting him on IR. Ladarius Sneed is finna get on IR, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Ladarius Sneed is finna get on IR because he's not he is not. It has been where he ain't. I mean, they paid him all these millions of dollars, and he ain't playing the game because he can't stay healthy, and so he won't be seeing CJ Stroud this year. I mean, these guys, they averaging 17 points a game. They lost to Minnesota 23-13. The Chargers 27-17. Indianapolis 20-17. They beat Miami 31-12. But they lost to Green Bay 30-14. New England, they managed to squeak one out against them 20-17. Buffalo, they got thrashed 34-10. And Detroit, of course, like I say, they beat them 52-14. These guys we shouldn't have trouble with these guys, man. They only averaging 17 points a game. They gave up 33 sacks on the season. Will Levis has been sacked 27 times so far this season. And Mason Rudolph, I guess, has come in on some of those games, and he's been sacked 6 times. So Will Anderson coming back. It's going to be a Will Anderson welcome back party, a Danielle Hunter welcome back party. If the Nico Autry can go, then, hey, if not, Tim Settle has been balling. He got 5 sacks on the year. Tim Settle has 5 sacks on the year. The secondary, hey, look, Kamari Lassiter, a rookie, already has 3 sacks and is leading the team and the league for that matter in QBR allowed. And that's saying a lot. If you got Derek Stingley, who is all pro, I'm calling it like I see an all pro. Derek Stingley, you got 2 all pro cornerbacks, man. And I'm going ahead and giving Kamari Lassiter that title, man. That dude is special early in a young age. You can tell on some of these guys, man, early on. And Kalen Bullock, man, 4 interceptions. Kamari Lassiter 3 interceptions on the season. I mean, these boys hit on these defensive picks. They know how to that's one thing Casario and D'Amico has put together is a strong defensive team, and we are 5th actually in defense on the year. We're 5th ranked defense in the league right now. I mean, the Titans fired Mike Vrabel, and they brought in Brian Callahan, he's a rookie head coach. And right now he's got his hands full with Will Levis, man, because Will ain't been balling, man. Will Levis right now his QBR is 32.7. That's low, man. He's playing horrible, man. He's 118. He's completed 118 out of 179 passes this season. He's 8 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He's playing pretty bad right now. Calvin Ridley, their best wide receiver, they gave him all these millions. He only has 9 catches in 5 games. He's been targeted 27 times. I think he has 540 something yards on the season. That's Calvin Ridley, guys, and he's unhappy. I would see why. So I mean, they put a lot of resources in this team, and Amy Adams Strunk, the owner of the team, she has a lot of pride, and I'm gonna touch more on the little gem that was thrown out there the other day by our owner. Hey man, we pride for him, man. We love this H-Town thing. We love this H-Town blue, and there was a little gem that was thrown out there the other day by Miss McNair, and I'll put that up before we get out of here tonight. But yeah, man, Tony Pollard, man. I mean, that's gonna be their best weapon right now. Sound like. I'm trying to think him and Calvin. And our secondary will give up some plays. We are susceptible to a deep pass. So, but again, man, these guys are only averaging 17 points a game. I don't see it happening. I don't see them coming in town. I think this is just a stretch to where we got a 3-game stretch here to get right. We got a 3-game stretch before we get into the last 3 games of the season. That's going to be hard. So we should, in a perfect world, be rolling into, Kansas City. 10-4, or if I'm saying that right, because we got the Jags coming up after this game. We got to play the Jags, and then we got a bye week, and then we go and hit Miami. We got to see Miami, and they're not a good team right now. They just haven't been playing good. They're not who we thought they were gonna be, but they still can surprise and come out. So we got to be ready for that. But Joe Mixon, man, he's our best weapon. Man, we just blessed as of right now. To be honest, if we being honest, Joe Mixon is our best weapon on offense right now. Dude averaging 764 yards, man. He's already at 764 yards and averaging 95 yards a game, and he has 10 TDs. But with Nico back, and then now we got the best of the best that makes CJ tick. Was as Nico goes, CJ goes. As Nico goes, it seems like. I know that Will Anderson has 7.5 sacks on the season, and Danielle Hunter has caught up with Will since Will has been out for a couple of games. Will and Danielle both have 7.5 sacks on the season. So I expect these guys to eat. Titans giving up 33 sacks this season, and so hey. I mean, hey man, the defense is gonna bring the pressure on the front, and the cornerbacks on the back end. Stingley got 2 interceptions so far, 12 passes defensed, and Kalen Bullock on the season has 4 INTs. Man, a rookie safety, man. That dude's a ball hawk, a true. Kalen Bullock is the true definition of a ball hawk and safety. He dropped a couple last week. I know he wish he could have back that hit him right in the hands. And he maybe he was too excited, but he had a couple of interceptions on Cooper, and a few that for sure he had one that he dropped, and it hit him right in the hands. But I'm predicting 2 takeaways by the interceptions, two interceptions. It could be more from forced fumbles, but with that line giving up 33 sacks and this defensive line, one of the best in the league right now. We have 34 sacks on the season. We have 34. The defense has 34 sacks on the season. I don't see how we can't get in there and get these guys off key and just run them on up out of here, man. Run these guys up out of here. I expect the Texans to continue to improve on offense. You know, just another get right game. Like work on things that like that O line. Just let's see how the O line does. They only gave up 1 sack, I believe, last week. And so let's see how they do. I believe that they'll be able to, play a stronger example of just keep clean up the penalties. No offsides, no false starts, no illegal men downfield tussle. He negated a 77-yard play, I believe, if I wasn't mistaken, because he was out, I think it was the first play of the game from the Texans, and, he blew it. Something that they worked on, he blew it. But we're going to be with mostly all hands on deck, most of the hands on deck. Damian Pierce seems like he's going to be a go, so that's going to be good to give Mixon, give us that 1-2 punch and let Mixon doesn't have to tote that, because we're going to need Mixon. We're going to need him in this stretch, in this playoff stretch, man. So we don't want to wear the guy out. He's balling and he's loving it. He's balling and he's loving it, and I'm sure the Titans are going to key in on that. They're going to try to shut Mixon down because they don't want to get beat by Mixon. But Damian Pierce is going to be there. Hey, man, DP, come on, man. You can bring it. Come on, let's get that not last year's DP, but the rookie DP. Let's get him out there, man, toting that rock heavy, hard, man. Foley Fadakasi is going to be out, sounds like. Blake Fisher's going to be out, and the Nico Autry is questionable with an ankle, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But, again, guys, Texans leading the division right now at 7-4. We got the Colts on our heels, 5-6. The Jags at the bottom, 2-9, man. I don't know what you guys think. Do you guys think that we should be able to get the dub, right? I mean, it shouldn't be a problem for us to get this thing pulled off. I mean, hey, what else do we have to lose? What else do we have to lose? I mean, actually, this should just be a warm-up game. You crack your knuckles and stretch and get out there and work on some things that you need to be perfecting. These play calls, man. No, we don't want no first down run on every first down, Bobby. Come on, let's be creative. We should be able to put up at least. The Titans are giving away, 26 points per game. They giving away 26 points per game. They're giving up 26 points per game. They're only scoring 17, but they're giving up 26. So it shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be that difficult to do the same and continue on from where we left off. But let's just see more. CJ got to get his touchdowns up. CJ only has 12 touchdowns so far on the season. CJ only has 12 touchdowns. But he said, if you call this a slump, you can call it whatever. If Will Levis has a QBR of 32.7, CJ's right now currently at an 88.8. So it's not horrible. He's just not putting up the numbers that he did last year. But again, he was a rookie. They didn't have tape. The offense was new. They weren't expecting the offense to be as prolific as it was last year with a rookie quarterback. And you're seeing that out there in Washington with your boy Jaden Daniels. Same thing. And we can argue that Jaden may be having a better rookie season than CJ had last year. We don't know. We'll see. But it's a thing when these rookies come in, man, and you don't expect them to be as dynamic as they are, and they're forced to do that now. So this is either get 8 right now in the league. Hey, you got to come out ready. You got to come out ready because a lot of these quarterbacks are not getting set anymore. They're not giving them the time to sit on the bench and learn behind someone, because who you gonna learn behind? Pat was lucky to learn behind a Alex Smith. Jordan Love was lucky to learn behind Aaron Rodgers. But for the most part, let's say Shador goes to Dallas. Who is he going to? Well, I guess Dak. Yeah, I'm sorry. Dak, yes. But Dak right now, he tore that damn hamstring off the bone. And is he going to come back the same? Is he going to come back the same? And do they even want Dak back? I mean, I'm pretty sure they do. I mean, but again, man, tomorrow's later today, it's gonna be a easy fight. I just expect I predict the game. If we go on predictions, I'm predicting the Texans to pull off the win. I'm gonna give it the score 30-14. I'm gonna stick with the averages. The Titans averaging 17 points and they giving up 26 points a game. So 26.3. So I'm gonna say they give up 30. And the Texans, the defense, how stifling this defense is, I think Tony Pollard may, get a run in. Maybe he may run, but I don't know. That run defense is nasty. I can see Calvin Ridley, getting more touches, and maybe somebody blows a coverage. As always, we always blow a coverage once a game, and Calvin Ridley, gets out there and gets him one. But other than that, man, it should be easy. We shouldn't have anything to sweat. 30-14. That's my predictions, man. The defense eats. O-line, I say that I'm predicting the O-line not to give up a sack. O-line not gonna give up a sack. O-line not giving up a sack tomorrow. Today. They're not gonna give up a sack. And I think I'm CJ, man. I think he's gonna have a better game, a cleaner game. He's gonna clean up his mistakes and overthinking and overshooting people and holding that ball. That's just, this is the time now. This is the stretch. We got the Jags up next, and then we got a bye week, so it's nothing but time to go ahead, because we finna go against the big dogs, man. Because I'm gonna still give Miami. Miami's a big dog, man. Even though they having a bad season so far, Miami's a big dog, man. The Titans, man, they missing some cornerbacks, man. Roger McCreary, Ladarius Sneed, man, two guys that are very, very important to their team. They missing right now, man. Roger McCreary, and who else is? I think he may be placed on IR, if I'm not mistaken. He may be looking at IR. He could be, if I'm not mistaken. And but they got some players: Jeffrey Simmons, Money, and Tony Pollard, man, and he's averaging 4.3 yards. In his last game, though, he was shut down, man. If I wasn't mistaken, yeah, Tony Pollard went. What was it? He had 15 attempts he went nine attempts on rushing for 15 yards. So he was shut down by the Vikings last week. So maybe they try to go another way. But he has 681 yards on the season rushing. So I mean, he's hey, with Tajay being out for them, he's the backup and or the 1-2 punch or whatever you want to call it. And so, hey, that's about what they got and Calvin Ridley. So we'll see, man. I got a little something to share with, about what Hannah said. I want to go out with what Hannah said, Miss McNair said, man, when she was commenting on, this Texas Titans thing. The Oilers and the Titans, the Texans and the Titans have a beef. They didn't even want us to get them colors. And it would have been perfect for us to be able to wear that H-Town blue. It would have been perfect for us to be able to rock that H-Town blue against the Titans, man. That would have been perfect. Wouldn't have been perfect, but some kind of way they got it in the language where we can't do it like how we want to do it, guys. So, but that would have been perfect. But we got Miss McNair here saying that what she say? Let's see what the Miss Lady say. Mrs. McNair, the owner's wife, she came out and said that let me get you here. He came out and said Get you, pull that up right quick. Yeah, yeah. Miss McNair, she say, we've taken over Houston. Shout out to ML football on Twitter, man. That's a page, man, on Twitter, on X, excuse me. And I follow them, man. Y'all go follow ML football, man, on Twitter, man. But damn, we've taken over Houston now. We've taken our fans back. They're just the Titans now. When they were commenting on, the H-Town Blue. Somebody asked them about them uniforms and what, what you think about the Titans being salty about it and whatnot. And hey, that's true. You know, the blue, it should have never been a problem when you got Detroit Lion rocking the blue. You got the Chargers got that in their uniforms, but for some reason, when the Texans wanted to do it, it was personable, and even University of Houston had to go through litigation to be able to wear those Oiler blue uniforms because Amy was trying to move heaven and earth to prevent. That's petty. Prevent a city that she grew up in, that her father, built the team in, and yes, they did establish the Love You Blue or whatever, when they were here. We respect that, but that's a part of the culture. From the old HPD cars to the state of the city's flag. Go check out the city of Houston's flag. To the addresses, the old tile plated addresses with the white and the blue. They used to hit the curb. They used to, hey man, it shouldn't have to been that deep. And I think this beef just runs deep, man, between two women of Amy and because they don't like each other. Amy and Hannah don't like each other, man. But we're gonna take care of business tomorrow, guys. It's gonna be lovely. And but the only problem I have with this is that these are games that you're supposed to be able to win. We're supposed to be able to win these games, just like with the Cowboy game. We don't know the real test until we go up against. Honestly, we got all these chances to get the team right, keep everybody healthy. Until I want to say Miami, to be honest, but the last two, we really got an easy schedule. Y'all we really do have finishing this schedule out is really easy. You got the Jags, you got the Titans here tomorrow. Today. You got the Jags, then you got Miami. I don't think Miami won but 3 games, if that, this season, maybe 4. But then you got Kansas City coming up. We got to go out there to Kansas City, and then Christmas Day. It's been announced. the Beehive is coming. The Beehive is coming to do the halftime show for the Ravens game, man. I know it's gonna be a lot of people excited about that. Them ticket prices is gonna be crazy. Yeah, the Beehive go crazy by some Beyonce, man. They don't play about B. You know, but that's Christmas Day, so we got it made, man. We gonna have the Christmas game with B coming at the end with the Ravens though, and the Chiefs right before that. And those are our last 2 tests. If in a perfect world, we should add another. We should be able to beat. We should beat the Titans. Well, we're gonna beat the Titans. We're gonna beat the Titans. We got to play them twice. We're gonna beat the Titans, beat the Jags, beat the Dolphins. And that'll add what 10 and beat the Dolphins. That'll be 10 games, 11 games. 11 should be 11-4 probably at that time. By the time we see the Chiefs in a perfect world. In a perfect world, you should be 11-4 by the time you see the Chiefs. But hey, it's coming, man, and tomorrow's gonna be another test to gauge. Hopefully, we won't be calling in Monday, complaining. I know I'll be calling, as soon as the game over tomorrow. I always do, Sports Radio 16. And shout out to them guys over there, man. You know, man, it's gonna be a lovely time, man. Tomorrow, let's just everybody barbecue, put your grill on, enjoy the cool weather. Maybe put you some soup on, some gumbo or something, man, and sit back and you know enjoy what should become excuse my language, but an ass kicking. Should be an ass kicking tomorrow. Um, you know, hey, it's real Texans talk, man. We got all the tools we need now. The defense is everything that we've been wanting to be with the backups, with the youth. Kamari Lassiter being so young, Kalen Bullock being on a rookie deal. You know, Stingley gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid. But man, we are in a place that we've never been before. We all expecting CJ and them to get on track. We got the quarterback. We got the defense. The defense is a Super Bowl. I believe what I believe is a Super Bowl ready defense. That's my personal opinion. This defense is good enough to go against anybody. Christian Harris supposed to be coming back, and whatever been going on with him has been strange. But supposedly it's something with his calf. He came back on the field for practice, and whenever that was, they let him out, and he was running around on the field, but he immediately left, and we hadn't seen or heard anything about him. But just recently, you know, Nick Caserio was saying that, you know, and Christian Harris, we needed him. I don't know how ready he's going to be in such a short time with missing so much time, because he was already, you know, a rookie, and you know, but I don't know how ready he's going to be. But he was a integral piece in keeping Lamar Jackson last year under wraps before it all fell apart in the second half. But that kid had speed and he could cover. But we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna be loaded. Toa has been playing pretty good. We got Devin White, a linebacker, and they had to put him in over Toa last week because Toa was kind of making some boneheaded plays at linebacker position. I think he gave up a big play or a touchdown or something last week to the Cowboys. But again, man, you know, I'm not worried about tomorrow. I'm looking ahead. Let's look ahead. But again, I did that with Detroit, and I was embarrassed, man. I'm gonna put out I'm gonna have to put out that reel of what happened in Detroit because that was crazy. You guys got to see that. It's gonna trip you out, man. I was riding high before the game, riding even higher at halftime, being up that way, and the fans were giving up at halftime. But you should have seen me walking up out of there after. I mean, we were all like that. I don't know why they like to play with our hearts like that. You know, it almost reminded me of that, oh, Lord, 2020 game playoffs with the Chiefs, man. We were up 20-something. You know, we got to, let's get that right. That's glad. Let's good it happened in the regular season because we don't need it happening in the playoffs because in the playoffs is it. You go home. But we on top of the division. Let's keep ahead because Colts on our heels. You know, Will Levis is playing trash right now. He's not he's not who they thought he was going to be being drafted in the second round. He's not who they thought he was going to be. But again, guys, that's it, man. I just want to step out there and touch bases. I'll be following up after the game. Maybe what's tomorrow? Saturday, Sunday. So, you know, Monday night, you know, I'll jump on and give my little 2 cents on what happened during the game. Make it quick, make it brief. Just a little touch up and to give us a better, because after tomorrow we'll have a better idea of where we at, what the team's still looking like. Are we still struggling on offense? Are we still not putting up points on offense? We praying no one comes out. Everyone across both teams come out healthy, but especially ours. Because this defense plays nasty and hard. They hit hard, man. Kudos, shout out to Jalen Petrie, man. That dude's been playing out of his mind, man. He's been playing reckless abandonment from that nickel position they put him at. And this defense is nasty, man. This defense, they hit. We ain't had a defense like this. This defense is like the Ravens defense, bro. I'm telling you. Y'all remember when who was that? Bernard Pollard and those guys were on the Ravens the year that they won that Super Bowl. Ed Reed and Ray Lewis and all those boys, man. Hey, man, we don't have a Ray Lewis on there, but we got a we, we got a Jalen Petrie. Yeah, that boy, that corner hitting hard. We got a Christian Harris when he can come back. We got a Devin White. We got a Aziz Al-Shaair. And these boys all play. They play mean, rough. This is what you want from your defense. It ain't nothing friendly about it. You want the other team to say, hey, listen, man, they going to think twice before catching that ball across the middle. They going to think twice before, uh, running up that middle, man. This defense is stifling, man. And I love this defense. We just got to clean up the coverage. The cover, the back end, because like I say, man, one of our weaknesses is giving up a deep play every game, a deep play over the top. You don't want that to come back and bite us. And it did in the Jets game. It definitely did in the Jets game. But again, guys, tomorrow, later today. I keep saying tomorrow. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. But I appreciate everyone, man, for tapping in and hey, man, like and subscribe, man, support, man. Hey, I'm just a Texans fan. I'm gonna tell everybody again. I do a lot here at Blastoff Entertainment, but we appreciate everybody that taps in, man, and it shows love, man. It means a lot. It's major. And I appreciate everyone that taps in, man, and follows Real Texans Talk. And we got a long season ahead of us. It's not super long, but another quarter of a season ahead of us. And still going to be doing giveaways. I gave away some tickets last week to the Colts game. Not the Colts game. What game was that? Yeah, that was the Colts game. I gave away the tickets to the Colts game, and then I gave away some tickets not too long ago to the Titans game. So just stay tapped to this Titans game. So y'all just stay tapped in, man, and keep following. And please let me know who you are. Let me know you checking in. Check in with your boy, man. And thank you for tapping in to the Real Texans Talk, man. We're gonna do this thing again. I'll see you guys soon. We'll be doing it again, man. And go Texas, man. H-Town, stand up, baby. Let's do it. Peace out, guys. Y'all good night.